Hey guys, so this is the Tozo NC7 truly wireless earbuds with active noise cancellation. Now Tozo did send these out to me and they wanted my honest review. So you can rest assured that there is no money being exchanged here. So I am under no obligation to just say good stuff about this, although there are a ton of stuff that are really amazing about the NC7, but there are a few things that they can definitely improve on, which I'll mention as we go down with the review. Alright, so with that said, let's begin. Now it comes in a tiny packaging, nothing too fancy. Inside the box, you get some paperwork. You get 5 extra pairs of silicone ear tips of various sizes. You get the USB 8 USB-C charging cable. And of course, you get the Tozo NC7 truly wireless earbuds in their charging case. Okay, now let's get the specs out of the way. So the Tozo NC7, as mentioned, has active noise cancellation and it also offers transparency mode. It's got a water resistance of IPX6. In terms of the battery capacity, the earbuds themselves have 70 mAh each, while the charging case has a capacity of 500 mAh. Now, according to Tozo, on a full charge, the earbuds will give you 10.5 hours of continuous playback. And coupled with the charging case, you're going to get a total of 32 hours of playback. Now, the 10.5 hours of continuous playback is obviously not at 100% volume. I'm guessing at 60 to 70% volume, you can get close to the 10.5 hour mark. But if you listen to these at 100% volume, you can still get around 5.5 to 6 hours of continuous playback. Now, this supports fast charging, so it can charge this completely in about 1.8 hours. And it also supports wireless charging, so you can place it on any Qi wireless charger and it will charge the whole thing in around 2 hours, which is also very handy. Now the Tozo NC7 is also ideal for taking calls because it's got noise cancellation microphones on the outside as well as on the inside. So it monitors your voice and the ambient noise, and ultimately it gives you very crystal clear audio quality when you're speaking to the other person on a call. And I can vouch for this because I have taken calls on this and the call quality was A-okay. Now on the earbuds themselves, as you can see, it's got an optical sensor. So basically it's like a proximity sensor. So these support auto play and pause. So as soon as you take out the earphones from your ear, it's going to automatically pause the music or the video that you're listening or watching. And as soon as you put them back in, it's going to start playing, which is always a handy feature. Now on the surface of the earbuds where you have the Tozo logo, this doubles as the multi-function control button. So this is touch sensitive. So tapping it lets you control all the features of the NC7. And this is something I really appreciate about earbuds that support these functions, because that means you can just leave your phone in your pocket and do all the functions of the earbuds from the earbuds themselves. Now you can take things a step further by downloading the Tozo app and pairing it with the NC7, because that lets you truly control every feature of the NC7 and even customize it to your taste. For example, you can turn on active noise cancellation or transparency mode through the app itself. Not just that, you can even set the level of noise cancellation that you want. For example, for me at least, I personally don't like that pressure that noise cancellation, places on your ears. But with the app, you can set the level of the noise cancellation that you want to find a sweet spot that isn't unpleasant, but also blocks out outside noise. Apart from that, you can also choose any preset EQs that is built into the app to find the audio signature that you like best. And even if you want to tweak it further, you can tweak the equalizer to your taste and save that as a preset as well. And of course, apart from that, you get your firmware updates through the app, so you can keep this always up to date. So the app, I think, is essential if you want to use the NC7s to their full potential. All right, so with all that out of the way, now let's talk about the main criteria, which is the audio quality, and followed by the active noise cancellation. How legitimate is that? Okay, so if you guys know, if you've seen my videos already, you know that I judge these earbuds based on how they produce the 3 main frequencies that broadly make up any sound that you hear: the highs, the mids, and the lows. The highs, or the treble, where the really sharp sounding instruments are; the mids, where the vocals are; and the low end, or the bass. Now, starting off with the higher frequencies, or the treble response, the treble was adequately sharp, has enough detail without sounding tinny. Now, the only thing I would say that right out of the box, it's going to have no preset in terms of the equalizer set. So it's going to be the raw sound that you get from these earbuds. And for that, I would say it might sound just a tad bit preferential towards the higher frequencies. And I was not really enjoying that. Not that it was unpleasant, but I was feeling that it was lacking a bit of richness in the highs. But with the Tozo app, I personally prefer the preset called Rock, because that gives me the best balance between the richness in the highs without any sort of sibilance, and it gives those rich lows. So for me, the rock preset worked the best, and it brought out the full potential and audio quality of the NC7s. So in general, the highs do a great job because any instrument in that frequency was clearly audible. There was good instrument separation as well. But I just found that with the preset, it works best. Okay, now we come to the mid frequencies or the vocals. Now again, the vocals in general sounded clean. They were very separate from the highs. There was no intermingling. There was no distortion at max volume, and it wasn't artificially sharpened or brightened. But again, for me, I found that with the rock preset I used using the Tozo app, that gave me the best balance between the natural warmth, tonality of the vocals. It added more body, and it sounded much more enjoyable. So that could be just me. You can try out some different presets and find the one that suits you the best. For me, it was that preset, and I was pleasantly surprised as to how good the vocals sounded, how separate they were from the highs and the lows, and it sounded very enjoyable, very natural, and for a pair of truly wireless earbuds, it was mighty impressive. Finally, we get to the low end or the bass response. Now, any earbud that doesn't have adequate bass, in my opinion, it ruins the experience. And with the Tozo NC7s, I have to say that even the raw bass response is quite thumpy and round and punchy as well. But again, with the right preset, which in my case was the rock preset, the bass sounds deep, it's got the rumble, and it really takes your music to the next level. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I was surprised that it could produce this much bass without any distortion, without muffling or distorting the mid frequencies, being separate while giving you so much of power and punch. So mighty impressed with the bass response, especially with the rock preset. Alright, now let's talk about one of its unique features, which is the noise cancellation. Now, I had very low expectations when it comes to noise cancellation from earbuds because brands nowadays are throwing noise cancellation, this tag, left and right without any sort of actual noise cancellation. But guys, with the Tozo NC7, this is a legitimate noise cancellation earbud. It does its job flawlessly. Because I was in an environment, there was loud music, there was a lot of vocals, people, a lot of chatter. And with the noise cancellation, it truly made a difference. And I mean a legitimate difference. And when you go into the Tozo app, by being able to set the level of noise cancellation, you can find a sweet spot where your ears are not uncomfortable, but it does cancel out the outside noise. Now add to that transparency mode, which amplifies vocals. So this is especially useful, as you guys know, if you're out and about on the road and you listen to music. It is always a good idea to be aware of your surroundings. So the transparency mode lets a lot of the sound in, so you can hear cars honking. If people are talking, you can be aware of your surroundings, and it does a legitimately good job. So transparency mode and active noise cancellation on the Tozo NC7 is a 5 on 5. Now, my only complaint or negative thing to say about the Tozo NC7 is about the comfort of the earbuds themselves. Now, it's not something huge, but what I found that each time I'm placing the earbuds in my ear, the part which is resting in my ear, it kind of digs into my ear a bit. And that only happens when I'm initially putting them on and setting them. That is when I face this discomfort. Now, I also have to say that after a point of time, it doesn't bother me as much and I don't really feel it. Now, it could be just me and my defective and small ears, but I'm sure it could also be faced by certain other people. So if Tozo is listening, and I hope in the next iteration, they could probably change the design a little bit so that this doesn't happen. But well, as far as complaints go, that is the only one I have. Now guys, in summary, the Tozo NC7 is an absolute winner. Whether it's the audio quality that is amazing and the active noise cancellation that actually does its job and it's not a gimmick. Couple that with all the features it has and its robust app that is not buggy and actually does the job, the overall package for what you pay for the NC7s is an absolute steal. So if any one of you are actually looking in the market for a pair of truly wireless earbuds that sound solid and provide active noise cancellation, look no further. The Tozo NC7 is the one you should go for. So guys, thank you so much for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, please smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Also share this video with someone who needs to see this. And the link to the Tozo NC7 will be in the description below. I would really appreciate if you use that link to make your purchase. It's an affiliate link, so it helps me earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. But that just helps me run this channel and helps me produce more such high quality and helpful content just for you guys. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll catch you guys very soon in the next one. Cheers.